So while we buy, buckle up for these jewels that we giving up, peace and love with some prosperity. Demi and K dropping heat while bringing clarity. Yeah.
Okay, so boom. It's Demi and K, ratchet and classy, but we dropping jewels. These words gon' stick, help you a little, but there's no room.
Not one.
Temperature check, this shit getting hot, cause we got food. Yeah, we dropping jewels, cause we dropping jewels. Demi and K, we dropping jewels.
Hell yeah, we dropping
Jewels. Spitting them every day. Jewels.
Eloquent evening.
God and goddesses.
It's your girl Jay, also known as Jay Demi, and I'm here with our best co-host with the fucking most.
It's your girl K Vex, and I'm here with my gorgeous sis, here to drop another jewel for you. And it's a special one this week because it's your girl's birthday.
Happy birthday to moi. And we're gonna cheers to being here. So one of the things I did this year for my birthday, super different. The fact that I even stumbled upon it was like crazy. But it was the cake and sip.
Okay.
Where we decorated cakes and
That
sip.
is your kid.
And so that was fun. But anybody knows me, y'all know I hate champagne. I just can't do champagne. Me and champagne ain't friends.
Is it just because it's bitter? Does it taste like bitter?
It doesn't taste like anything. It doesn't get me tipsy. It does nothing for me. Like, does nothing for me at all. And she put blueberries and mango in that drink, in the champagne, and I was like, But it's the first time I've ever had, and I've put fruit in drinks plenty of times. I've made smoothies, all kinds of shit like that, but this is the first time I put, like, I've had fruit in a drink, and it's like, even though it's not a strong taste, it's enough for you to be like, oh, I need to put that in a couple of my drinks. So that's why we got mango and pineapple and strawberry in today's drink.
Mixology with Demi.
Look, yeah, I love a good drink. It has to taste good too, though. It can't just look good.
It's crazy that you say that too, because I think that's like when we went to New Orleans. I think that's why I love the French 75 so much, because it has a splash of bourbon in it, or gin, depending on
Where you go.
But with the champagne, it just gives that extra.
I feel you. I wish I could get into these drinks Kayla drink. All my drinks need
Delicious. If you need,
no, but they're pretty. Like, they're like fruity drinks, you know. Like, when we go out and we order drinks, Kayla always orders the adult drink, and then
not even.
I order the baby girl drinks. Like, oh, that looks cute in that glass. Give me that.
You pick out the best.
What's the strongest thing you got?
You pick out the best drinks though, because they taste delicious, and it's something that you wouldn't expect. And I feel like I just choose the basic options because I like what I like.
I think you drink more, very mature.
Girl.
Like, Kayla's the reason that I drink wine for real.
Shout out to Ev. She's the reason why I became a winey.
Who's that?
That's my Russian best friend from college.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I was like you. I will only drink hard liquor growing up. And one summer, we spent the entire summer going to summer university. And she was like, we're just going to drink wine. And I got to expand my palate, and ever since.
I will say, though, I still haven't found my wine.
So
like,
that means
I
I have to go
haven't
to the
found
winery.
my wine.
Isn't that where you can find what you like, whether it's white, red, dry, sweet?
But then I feel like I still won't, like, I feel like I'm going to end up having to, like, make my own wine for me to like it.
I think that you should drop your own wine line. Coming soon.
Because y'all know I need, like, 11.5% or better, and I like a little semi-sweet. Because I don't see how y'all drink dry wine. That's just crazy.
It's delicious.
I hate it.
With meat, with fruit. It does something. Like,
you hear that? It does something. I'm good.
Listen.
Don't do it. I don't know what it is. Me and dry wine, we do not mix.
I'm gonna put you on though. Me personally, I feel like the drier the wine, the drunker you get. The sweeter the wine, the more hungover you get.
But see, my problem is when I did drink dry wines just to see if they made me feel any different, they didn't.
Okay.
But I think I have a high tolerance for like
Well, the
any
question
type
is-
of alcohol or whatever.
Because one bottle of wine doesn't do it for me. I need a minimum of 2. So that might
See,
be
but
the
how many
difference.
calories is in
I know, that's
fucking
it.
2 bottles?
That's how.
Yeah, you see
I
me.
got here.
Bitch, I'm still struggling with fucking liquor. I'm like, damn, if I gotta trade in, right, to get a similar effect to like 4 of my own cocktails, because you know everybody else's cocktails don't hit like mine. They don't be strong. But if 4 of my own cocktails equals 2 bottles of wine, I'd
No.
rather drink 4 cocktails.
It would probably be like 6 bottles of wine. But cool.
See?
Yeah, that's a lot of calories. I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah, like, and that's why I'm like, damn. And I definitely will say, God is working on me because certain things don't sit well with me. Like even all the way down to the movies I watch, like shows I've been like
I
super
feel you on that.
into. It's like now they kind of make me cringe and uncomfortable, and I'm like, wow, why would you put that on TV? You know, and can I make an ass to all you people that follow me on social media? I mean, outside of the fact that y'all need to like, comment, subscribe. But can you weird ass niggas stay out my inbox? The reason that I'm even mentioning this right now, no lie. Remember how now we've talked about God a couple times this season. We talked about him last season. We talked about him. So clearly he's wrapped up in this in some way, shape, or form. And as we said, I will never shun nobody for their journey. But I don't like for people to play with God in my face. Okay?
We need examples.
I'm about to give you one. And this dude, I don't know if he ever gonna watch my podcast, but he gonna know I'm talking about him because he's my Facebook friend and he the only fucking weirdo that did this. So first of all, randomly hits my inbox. Okay? Now, that I'll address that too. Y'all, if I'm going through some shit, you might see about it on Facebook, or I might say something, or I might whatever, because that's an outlet to me, okay? I'm too lazy to journal, but I will definitely get on Facebook and tell all you motherfuckers how I feel about whatever I'm going through that you might not even really know the details about, because I'm really not giving you all. I just gave you a piece of the puzzle. For real, that's what I do. Okay, but so this isn't even a time where I'm emotional and talking my shit on Facebook. This is a situation where I'm in a great fucking space right now. Like, there's no reason for anybody to be like worried about me. He jumped in my inbox and he's like, oh, God led me to contact
Red
you.
flag.
And I just want to let you know that I'm praying for you. And God wanted me to make sure that I let you know that I'm going to make sure that I say your like whatever. Okay, so I read it and I'm like, oh, thank you. Because y'all know how I feel. I've already said it. Like, everybody can't be praying for you. You don't know who they praying to. Okay? Alright, so boom, fast forward. Out of nowhere, this guy is like doing his tarot card thing. You feel me? Now you know, me and you almost stepped into that room.
So the mere fact that I said red flag from the get-go, because like I feel like if you are led to pray for somebody, you should just do it and not inform the other
Announce
person
it.
Unless
there's a reason for you to let me know.
And that reason will be given to the person that you're praying for from you or from source. But my issue is that this is how I, like, with discernment levels, you can tell a fraud from somebody that's really in spiritual alignment. A fraud will tell you, oh, I want to pray about you. I was led to in this inbox. And then the other shoe falls with, oh, do you mind sending a love donation or blah, 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 for this service that you never subscribe to. You also never subscribe to allow your energy
to be fucked with. Because that's me.
To be entered.
First of all.
For your space. And now you wrap in as a gullible person and be like, oh, wow, thank you so much. But someone that's spiritually discernment, like my homegirl, is going to be like, no.
And I said thank you, right? And then I decided to like, for me leave it open. Like he just kept saying stuff back. I just stopped responding. Okay. Luckily, he stopped responding too, so that was great. I'm like, oh, okay, that is what it is. No, that wasn't the end of it. So he posted this video. He went live while he did a tarot reading. Okay, and this was his first one he ever did. So me and a couple other people on there, like, how are you always screaming God, 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 Christianity, Christianity, Bible this, Bible that,
but
then you're that, yeah, and then so right,
confused.
I'm not really
confused praying over me, like.
Then he tried to explain to us how him utilizing the evil eye and doing tarot readings and using his crystals and essentially performing spells and stuff does not deter him from his relationship with God.
Not to preach to the choir, but in the Old Testament, right? And this is bad because like I'm not trying to. It's not bad, but like I'm also not trying to like force my religion on anyone. Old Testament, they had stones, they had crystals, but it was on breastplate. It was like an honor to represent the 12 tribes. And there's a reason why you have an Old Testament and a New Testament. Because what happened in the Old Testament deterred people from being able to have salvation in the New Testament, which is why Jesus' whole story came about.
Absolutely. And I feel like one thing that people don't realize is that all these, you can't believe in God, and I said it before, you can't believe in God and not believe in angels and demons, okay?
You can't play the fence. You either have to be all in, 10 toes down. There's no toe in. Because you have a toe in and your toe is in something else, you are opening the opportunity to cause confusion. And our God is not the author of confusion. So.
And I just feel like nobody's perfect, okay? I'm sitting here right now consuming certain things that disconnect you from the higher power. That's just the reality of the situation. But a mockery is something different, okay? Now, fast forward maybe a week later, there's a church, I won't say what church, but there's a popular church in Burlington County, and this person was kicked out. He was asked to leave multiple times, he wouldn't leave.
I think was that circling around social media?
Might have been.
Okay. I think I might have seen that on TikTok.
Because he went live when the cops was called. He went live once the cops was called. Long story short, he claims that he was worshiping God and they just didn't like the way he was worshiping.
Well, how was he worshiping?
I don't know, but knowing him in general, like even as he was live, I'm on the live watching him and I'm like, bro, even your demeanor and the way you talking to these cops, you study talking and screaming God, 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 but you handling them like you got a demon inside you or something. Like I said, this is exactly what you're gonna continue to experience, which is confusion, because you're allowing, when you start playing with tarot cards and all of that, you are allowing and giving other spirits control and power in your life. That's just in general. And unfortunately, we're not God. We're built in His image, but we are not Him. So some of these demons we can't fucking beat.
We don't have the strength to.
And they will leave you in a trance, and it'll make you feel good when you meditate and when you rub your crystals or whatever. You feel relieved, and then you have the bullshit that comes when you aren't in that mindset. And unfortunately, we all don't stay in those type of mindsets. Life is a come and go. Life is a roller coaster. It's up and down. It went completely left. Okay. So I'm not the only one on this video. A couple other people on this video like commenting, like just basically expressing like, yo, bro, you wildin'. So this motherfucker responds back to my message. No, I'm sorry. I gotta go to it because I gotta read it verbatim.
And like, it's not talking down on people that do tarot cards, but it's just like if that's your connection to source. Allow that just to be your connection
Mm-hmm.
to source. Don't stray the lines where you're saying, oh, like, this is what it looks like for Christianity, but you're also doing other things that's not in alignment with
At all. With
that
either one.
faith. Like, you get me? Like, because it's just like, I feel like when it comes to religion, no matter what you practice, you have to be 10 toes down. Because if you're not, anything that you touch
And
is going to
educating
turn
yourself
into
is one
confusion.
thing. Educating yourself, I'm all for educating yourself on other religions. I'm all for that. I'm all for understanding the areas in which most religions align. I'm all for it. But you can't tell me. His response to me was, come in my DM and I'll show you a good time remotely. As you put your remote somewhere, you figure it out. But you won't, so now what? I honestly don't know what I said wrong. Or are you mad at because I understand tarot? Or are you mad because I understand tarot and how to actually use it while being led by the Holy Spirit and trust I feel no negativity ever? Look at how he wrote that message, Kayla. But this is God-like? He spelled come. He spelled come C-U-M with the splash emoji.
He want the Giannis.
I'm not making this up.
Yo, that's wild. That's wild.
That is my problem. Because to me, in the moments where maybe I was basking in something new or I didn't feel, which for me, it was just the crystal life, the meditation, the yoga, all those things. When I was basking in it, it was because it felt peaceful. What I've noticed is that I can get that same peace in my practices through Christianity. That's just what I've learned. I also learned that when I was going through certain things, certain demons that God had took and removed from my life were coming back. And they were strong as fuck. And me being able to just say no to certain things was not as easy as they used to be. God's gonna lead you back. And that's just like I told him, like, yo, you're going through something, bro. And you don't even see that you're losing it.
Right.
Like, to the point where you're on live calling your grandmother a liar because she's telling you that the pastor never said that it was okay for you to return to the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was so weird. But I say that to say, God gonna show everybody. It don't matter how long it take you. I don't care what you practicing right now. God's gonna show you who he is. He's gonna show you who in control. And at the end of the day, every knee shall bow. That's the reality of it.
It's truthful.
And you know, I definitely wish everybody going through it, because to me that's a spiritual struggle. When you're teetering through multiple practices and you also just don't appear okay, and I say that very like loosely because even that's a long shot because shit happens, but like he's literally in this video like calling himself a demon and everything, and I need y'all to stay out of my inbox with the weird shit. It gets way weirder than that. Like, that was, like, just, like, the most recent thing. But, like, stop. Like, just stop.
And, like, no offense. Alright, so, like, this might sound, like, really egotistical, but this is how you know you have a calm in your life, right? Because you didn't open that space for him. He reached out to you.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like the things that may have piqued your interest is like testing you. Like, are you really past this? You know, like.
Yeah. And it just, I haven't, you know me, I'm the queen of block. I haven't blocked him. But I feel like the reason I haven't blocked him is because, like, I'm just curious of where your journey is going to take you, because you're bugging. And it was.
Combination of that, but you might be the person that's led to minister him, right?
And I try to make sure that when I do say something, I'm not coming from any type of malice or a judgmental place, which he told me I'm judgmental. But I just think that just certain ways you shouldn't play with God. That's all. Like,
I just feel like everyone has their own moral compass, and you can't get mad at somebody for saying that, like, this is not in alignment with my moral compass, or the compass that I follow spiritually, emotionally, physically. And you can't get mad at people because everyone has their own preference. So I'm choosing not to engage because it does not align with what I practice, what I follow, and what I know is true. And you can't get mad at somebody for that. Like, I think that the messed up part with just living in America is that everyone feels that just because you have a comment or a way about going that it's low. No, it's freedom of choice for a reason. And it's just like, you go to other countries, you have to abide by the governing sovereign religion that they practice. And it's like, you have freedom here, but like, don't try to condemn me for following what I follow because it works for me. You find what works for you. I'm happy that you have your own sanity. I respect you for that, but what you're not going to do is, and what we're not going to do is disrespect each other to the point where one of us feels like the other is being offended. Like, because you didn't come in with offensive energy. Like,
that's why I was like, when conversations take a left, sometimes for me, I'm like, okay, since the topic today is me, I got another thing that was pretty great. So I did this girl, her hair and her daughter's hair, and she's someone that I went to high school with. And, you know, me and her were discussing some of the things that I've been through and some of the things that she's watched me go through being on the other end of social media because we haven't gone to school together in 15, 13, 12. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's been years since we really, you know, other than in passing, have really crossed paths. So we've seen each other's lives through social media. And I was telling her some of the things that I've been through recently with people we mutually know, you know? And she was just like, Jewel, you've never been the type to just be on bullshit. Like, I've never been a close friend to you, but you somebody I always respect and always had love for, and would always just do what I can because I've watched you love your people so genuinely. And you've never just been a disrespectful, trying to start a fight, trying to be in drama type of person.
very true.
Even when you're affiliated with people who maybe like you never carried that. You've always been about your money. You've always been about your education. You've always been about making sure that you do everything that's in your power when it comes to just being a mom and a woman in general. And that shit hit home for me because it's the people that there's people that have experienced that part of me, but are probably like sitting back talking about me like a dog. And I think that's why my breakdown happened like last weekend. I was already
feeling emotional.
I was already in my feelings, yo. I was already in my feelings. Like, there were some things that people around me may have had in their control to a certain extent that might not have gone like that. But I catastrophized. And because I catastrophized, it fucked up all my, like, I said fuck all my... Girl. Let me tell y'all, okay? Demi go through her shit. I'm about to be 100% transparent with y'all. I grabbed every birthday dress I had in my closet that I bought in the last 10 years and I cut them all up into pieces this big at 3 o'clock in the morning, June 24th. But you gotta realize there's years of painful moments tied to all these outfits. Think about every birthday you've experienced every birthday with me since I turned 26. Or 25, rather.
No, 26.
Every year I have a breakdown. Do I not? Around my birthday. Whether it's on the day we're celebrating, usually it's not. Usually it's like the day before or the day after. But I break down every year. I also didn't listen to my therapist, what she told me to do for my birthday, and I should have listened to my therapist.
What did she tell you to do?
Well, she told me not to do anything or plan anything that has to do with anybody else. She said even if you just go to the next town over and get a hotel room
By yourself.
and book a massage and take yourself out to dinner and order Uber, like just do stuff for you. Like don't worry about creating an experience for everybody else.
Now you understand why.
Right. And you said this crazy. You said that without even knowing that my therapist had already said that to me. Because you don't be on Facebook, so you don't see what I say on Facebook. But
it's just I think birthdays are very sacred because one is a celebration of life, but two, I feel like sometimes we blur the lines by allowing other people to celebrate us that we don't really check in ourselves.
yeah, babe.
And your birthday, I feel like that day, whether you celebrate the weekend before or the weekend after, by all means celebrate with family, but on your actual day, I really think that you should take the opportunity to check in with yourself. Like do something that you kept saying that you wanted to do for yourself that you haven't, or even if that means getting a hotel room, like you said, and getting a massage. Like,
My problem with that is you feel like birthdays are sacred. I feel like they're a moment to celebrate your existence for the last 12 months of life. And I only got to have one birthday party in my life. One. And that's when I was 16. The one I had before then, I don't even really count that. I was turning 8. My mother and my father bought me the same Cabbage Patch doll. And they got into an argument. That was the only party, which that wasn't even my birthday party, it was my brother's birthday party. But because our birthdays are so close, they decided to throw my birthday in there. So my grandmother wasn't in a position to be able to celebrate me. And she would have. You know what I'm saying? Because once she did get money, even if it was right after my birthday, I was good. Anything I asked for. If beforehand she came into some money, she let me know, like, I probably won't have money on your birthday, but here you go. Like, what do you want? What are you gonna do? Whatever the case may be. And I've always made sure that, like, same thing with Christmas. I've only had one Christmas in my childhood. You feel me? My kids get a celebration every birthday. They don't miss a Christmas. Like, I don't care what I have to do. The tree will be up before Christmas Day, and there's going to be something up under it that's going to make my kids scream at the top of their lungs, because that's, to me, celebrating a person's existence or showing your gratitude. I guess one of my love languages is gift giving. And acts of
service.
Yes. So I feel like certain things I shouldn't have to do for myself on my birthday, but it's like, if I'm willing to do it, then that should just give you room to do more. You get what I'm saying? Not like, oh, well, you plan to go out to dinner. I was gonna plan for us to go out to dinner, but like, now we'll just go to, you feel me? We'll go to your spot. Because it's like, well, no, you should, now you're supposed to add 5 other people on today and plan something, you know? Like, I just feel like I always try to take people's birthdays and celebrations to those next levels, like whether it's baby showers, motherfucking housewarmings, weddings, bachelor, like whatever it is, I try to just make sure I do what I can, and that you can at least know, like, I wanted you to smile today. Like, today I was about you. Like,
that's how low-key I felt when I gave Siani the card for you. I'm like, it's not much, but I know that you should really.
Listen, yes.
I want her to open it on her birthday, so that way, if anything goes wrong, she has something that will make her smile that day. So
it's so funny, because that day on my actual birthday, I was like, I'm not gonna let nothing get me mad. I'm already working on, just in general, I'm gonna say all season long, I'm trying to get fully aligned with my gentle and kind girl era.
I feel like you've always been there, but not everyone gets to experience that.
Yeah, I'm trying to make it so, like, you don't have to earn your experience with me. Like, you know, so you can just get the experience out the rip.
I like the way you've been here. But it's not just me.
I bring myself so much pain protecting myself 24/7. or protecting an experience or protecting a moment that
I embrace it now.
I gotta be able to, because here's the thing, I am so passionate and so emotional, and I do care so much that those things fuck me up. Where other people could end the friendship or end their relationship and go to bed and sleep fine at night, it's eating me up. I just want to be able to be like, okay, you did that, I let that go. I let that go. I'm not like that. Yeah, so that's my thing with birthdays. And my 32nd birthday, I will not be having a breakdown. That I can guarantee you.
Claim it, own it.
Yeah, I'm gonna be fine. I'm gonna bask in this era, and I'm gonna be at peace. That's where I'm at. You know, I don't have a problem being confrontational. I'm trying to let that go a little bit. I ain't never gonna let it go all the way. If it need to come out, it's gonna come out. But sometimes it come out when it really might not need to. 31 laps around the sun.
How does your 30s feel now that you're like 1 year, 2 years now into your 30s?
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so I feel like your 20s is like literally the trenches.
You gotta think I'm like a motherfucking, what they call them?
A maverick.
No. I'm a motherfucking tomahawk, bitch. You gotta cook me right. Feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and everything's good. I'm just trying to. Everybody don't get to taste the tomahawk. That's like, and I have to like be okay with people not knowing what's going on. And I gotta start being able to poker face it. Girl, I'm not good at it. So in my 30s, it's like,
oh, okay.
I'm getting better with time. You feel me? That just take your time and season me right, God.
First of all, that was like literally the perfect.
How's your 30s?
I feel that.
I went from being that tough, dry ass
girl. You was never dry.
Filet mignon. To some niggas I was, bitch. You fucking made my coffee wrong. You rolled your eyes at me. Your tone was incorrect on the wrong day. Bitch, you breathed on me. Like there was a lot of things that could make me be tough. Okay, I was, you know, the steak that tastes good, but you still got. Yeah, like you feel me? But no, we wanted to just fall off the bone, melt in your mouth. You feel me?
It's
we wanted
weird
to be juicy,
like being on the journey with you. Like I've experienced so much growth that I've seen you reach. But like at the same token, it's just been a blessing because it's like I see you blossoming even more into who you are. So it never was like
I'm definitely if you think you know me, you don't know me. I promise you. Like
there's always more flavors, more levels, more everything. Like
my circle right now is the only people that know me, and that's because I'm so different. Because I'm intentionally trying to be. You don't understand.
Girl.
I intentionally be like, I'm gonna let you have it. In my head, I say that though, because God wouldn't want me to say that out loud, but I say it in my head. Then I get in the car and I fucking curse you out in the car because I'm so mad I let you get away with it. Like, I'm really trying to be better. Like, people be like, yo, I don't even know this you. Like, I remember the you that was ready to drag a bitch at any second if she needed to. I'm like, I'm still, if you hit me.
You wanna go there, we can.
If you hit me.
But we're not going there.
I've always been the type we had to swing first anyway to fight me. That's just me because I don't want to get in trouble. Like, you can't press charges on me if you punch me first. Just because you ended up in the hospital with concussions and black eyes and split faces and nails and all types. I don't know what you might experience fighting me, but a lot of people didn't experience some things. But I don't swing first. So
This is bad. You make me mad.
I never really got in trouble. Yeah.
I might risk it.
I feel bad for the first person. Like, I don't think, but see, I feel like I'm so much better now that it's probably impossible to get me there. Like, I mean,
You
just don't fuck with
elevated.
my kids,
Like, you have to.
though. Don't fuck with my kids, though.
You've been.
I was just explaining to my brother I would never do jail.
Except for
But if
your
you fuck
kids.
with my kids, though, I wouldn't care. 3 meals a day in a roof, I take it. Bitch, don't play with my kids.
Girl.
For real. And I ain't the type to be calling people asking them for money. I would just sit in there and just do my fucking time. Don't play with my kids. If I went to jail, what type of role would you be playing if you went to jail?
I'm putting money on you.
No, I'm saying, look, you. If you went to prison.
What do you mean?
If you went to prison, what role do you think you'd be playing in jail?
They would put my ass in solitary confinement and I would just go crazy. And it's not even because I'm just so comfortable being by myself all the time that like motherfuckers would think that I'm really losing my mind. Whole time I'm finding peace.
Yo.
That might seem crazy to some people.
Let me tell
To
you.
me, it seems like
I
ain't
promise
too
you.
bad.
I promise you, I'm turning into Cleo and that bitch. I'm running the whole shit. And give me 5 years or more. Okay. Just don't send me to the prison till I get sentenced. And once I know confirmed, oh yeah, I'm smacking any bitch that blink at me wrong. That's if I went to jail. Cause to me it's like whatever I did anyway, it probably got me a one-way ticket to hell. And y'all not gonna play with me here. Nobody's gonna rape me. Nobody's gonna take advantage of me. Nobody's gonna like take my sandwiches. Nobody's gonna. When Kayla send me my money to get my food, you not gonna take my fucking.
Because I might be in the jail with her. Okay?
I don't do I don't do well with bullies. I won't be a bully, but I'll fuck everything up that come at me wrong. I'm straight Cleo from Set It Off in that bitch. Breathe wrong, bitch. Breathe. What?
I never even thought about that. To be completely honest, I'm like,
I'm
I'd
watching all the
rather
shows.
people make it seem like she crazy. Leave her alone. She crazy. If that means I gotta have my peace and nobody bothering me, by all means, it's up. Like,
Yeah, cause I'm sorry.
Cause what I was never doing was being
Now, if I don't know, if I'm trying to like get off and I ain't got no time yet, I'm gonna be a nice little pussy. I'm gonna be like, yeah, you can't have my sandwich, but if you want to trade, I might be nice just to make sure that nobody fuck up me going home. But bitch, once I get the clink, yeah, that's funny.
Now that you're 31 years young, I'm looking forward to experience.
Financial discipline.
Okay.
Because that's my biggest priority. It's the one thing I always sacrifice, but I also know it's the one thing that's gonna, for one, get me where I need to get to, but then also provide me a sense of peace that I've never even seen. When you don't have consistent income, you get behind on things, and then on top of it, when you get your money, they ain't paying stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just a disgusting cycle, and I've been very consistent with church. I'm going to try to remain that, and with God on my side, I should be able to achieve my financial goals, guys. Maybe I'll tell y'all one day. Because we're celebrating my birthday, I'm gonna read you guys a poem that I wrote. This poem is years old.
It's okay. Thank you for being transparent and sharing.
Yeah.
Space.
This one is called She's a Flower. She's different than most others, a rare form and type. She prefers a gentle touch, very different than the fast, rough strokes which most give hype. She doesn't like to be drenched unless it's of her own nectar. And until she's dripping wet like the ocean, don't you dare inject her. Not with the finger, toy, or tool. Until it's time, trust you'll know when it's time. She's not a rush to bloom. She has to warm up, and she ages like fine wine. Slow to distill, but still worth the wait. Those are the nights of multiple equates. Straight to the point has never been her cup of tea. And while all else may be forgotten, intimacy is the big key. The build-up and anticipation, the building of great arousal, which takes down the guard and increases the freak. This is the key to unlock, no matter how to.
Okay.
Birthdays, the worst days.
No.
Now we should champagne when we thirsty. It's about the evolution.
It is about the evolution.
I could sip champagne today, but you know what? I want it down. And this is what I wanted. On my 32nd
Only birthday.
I will be there, baby, on the island. I don't know if I'm going to get there that day. I don't know if I'm going to be there. I have already been there 3 days, and I'm going to stay 3 more days.
But that day.
I don't know. But you know, since 7 is such a great number, I
It
figure
is.
a 7-day trip to Jamaica would just be lovely.
7 days
So
is
that's the
what?
plan.
The number of completion.
Yep. I didn't know that. Teach me.
So,
Teach me, honey.
the best
Teach me,
number in the
honey.
whole world. And as always,
Peace,
love,